The Union Cabinet has approved rupees 3,706 crore joint venture between HCL and Foxconn to set up a chip assembly unit in Uttar Pradesh. This comes in line with the 76,000 crore rupees India semiconductor mission. The plant near Jewar Airport will produce 36 million chips monthly starting 2027. This marks Foxconn's second largest attempt after its failed venture with Vedanta in 2023. A post recently went viral that claimed RSS supporters attacked Colonel Sofia Qureshi's house in Belagavi. However, the allegations are completely false and Karnataka police has debunked it. The authorities have revealed that they found no signs of vandalism at Colonel Sofia's residence. It has also been revealed that the account that was spreading these lies is based in Canada and it has ties with pro-Pakistan propaganda. Justice B.R. Gawai took oath as India's 52nd Chief Justice today, becoming the first Buddhist to hold the high office. Following his oath-taking ceremony, he became the second Dalit CJI, with CJI K.G. Balakrishnan being the first Dalit CJI who assumed office in 2007. Justice Gawai is known for his landmark rulings in the key cases like Article 370, electoral bonds, and procedural safeguards in UAPA cases. His 7th-month tenure promises judicial depth, which may, however, not be immune from controversy. Incidentally, his father Ramakrishna Suryabhan Gawai was a well-known Ambedkarite leader and founder of the Republican Party of India. His father, a Lok Sabha MP from Amravati, also served as governor of Bihar, Sikkim and Kerala when the Congress-led UPA was at the centre. President Draupadi Murmu was briefed by the CDS and Tri-Service Chiefs on the planning and execution of Operation Sindoor, India's powerful military response to the Pahalgam terror attack. She praised the armed forces' valor and precision. Veterans, diplomats and global defense attaches were also briefed as India asserted a new anti-terror doctrine against Pakistan. After mounting diplomatic pressure from India, Pakistan has finally released BSF Jawan Purnam Kumar Shaw. The BSF Jawan has mistakenly crossed the border near Firozpur and he remained in Pakistan's captivity for 20 days. Detained on April 23rd, his return to India was getting delayed in the wake of the India-Pakistan hostilities. Shaw, in uniform with his rifle, was released after sustained diplomatic efforts. In a significant cabinet reshuffle announced by Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney, Anita Anand has been appointed new Foreign Minister, replacing Melanie Joly. Additionally, Maninder Sidhu takes over as Minister for International Trade. Both the Indo-Canadians will play pivotal roles in shaping Canada's foreign policy and trade relations, with Anand's experience in defense and Sidhu's expertise in global trade. Pakistan's military presented a digitally altered image at a press briefing to portray heightened naval readiness amid tensions with India. The photo, claimed to be recent, actually dates back to 2023 and originally shown no submarine. The doctored image added a vessel which was not present in the original picture. This comes amid a surge of disinformation following India's Operation Sindoor. Pakistan has received $1.23 billion as the second tranche from the International Monetary Fund under the Extended Fund Facility. The State Bank of Pakistan made this announcement on X. The funds will be added to the country's foreign exchange reserves for the week ending May 16. The tranche comes amid ongoing concerns over Pakistan's economic stability.